I prayed for Max to come back, and he did. But about what means? Now catch a vibe, like and subscribe, join Notification Nation, and get busy in the comments. Now our scumbag, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF Max, wherever the hell you want to call him, he's back in the land of the elite. And he's here to stay, and he says he's not effing leaving when he returns back at Double or Nothing and kick Adam Cole in the nuts, his former best friend. Now, I think that was a W that Max decided to stay in All Elite Wrestling. I like Max. Like, I remember him popping up in the early days of AEW, and I'm just thinking, who the hell is this snobby, cocky show-off that I just thought was kind of doing too much to get heat. But then, like, everything about Max just kind of just grew on me. Pause, no Diddy. And I just realized that he's one hell of a talent. He's one hell of a performer. He's a good talker on the mic, great mic skills, and he has that aura of a top guy. Like, out of all the 4 pillars in AEW, I can name more stuff off the top of my head that I remember MJF doing over any of the other 3 guys. You feel me? Like, I thought his little dinner debonair little show tune thing with Chris Jericho, I thought that was hilarious. That was before Chris Jericho got corny in AEW. I thought his feud with CM Punk was fire, and I really wish they were able to run it back for the AEW Championship. But you know, I'm pretty sure you all know, what happened and whatnot and stuff. Outside forces intervened, but yeah, like, and also I just want to say this too: the Adam Cole storyline with when they were like being best buds and stuff, it wasn't that bad, man. It was corny well, not corny, it was cheesy as hell. Let me say that, but it was fun. It was a fun ride, and because we knew that one of the others was going to turn on each other. And I thought that if anything you could say about that feud, that the one thing you can't take away from those two is that, well, specifically Max, that he got two of the most goofiest wrestling moves over with the crowd. A kangaroo kick and the double clothesline. Like, I'll never forget all that 80,000 people on the pre-show yelling double clothesline. They did it and they won the match, and then they ran it back to the same move in the main event. So you can't take anything away from those guys when it comes to that. But let me just get into my honest opinion of what they got Max. Well, Tony Khan has Max doing right now, beefing with Roosh. I don't have an issue with it. I think that Roosh is a good talent, and the way that he's presented, that's Tony Khan's fault because he can't book a show to save his life. And I mess with Roosh. I just think that him being on AEW is like hit or miss. Like, we'll see him for a minute, then don't see him for a minute, then don't. Like, like all the AEW, most of the AEW roster that Tony Khan signs, and they be lit for like a couple of weeks, and then you don't see them again for a little minute, or maybe they're in Ring of Honor and you just don't watch it. But I feel like this feud is weird. I want to like it, I really do, but my honest opinion is that my question is, why didn't Max and Adam Cole just like pick off their feud what they had? Because like what Adam Cole did, that was like kind of scummy, bro. Like, so I feel like more that we need for them to run it back. I'm hoping Tony Khan is just letting Adam Cole get back in tip-top shape, and hopefully Adam Cole decides to put some muscle on before they decide to have a match. Because Adam Cole, man, I know you were just getting off injury, but that's no excuse of how frail you was looking before you had injury. And I remember there was a meme going around. I'm gonna see if I can find it with they had Adam Cole. There was a Twitter meme. Yeah, Adam Cole on one side and had Bianca Belair, and they had Bianca looking like she had way more muscle than Adam Cole. So I'm not opposed to MJF feuding with Roosh, but I need for Adam Cole and MJF to run it back. So I'm hoping that they're just waiting for Adam Cole to get 100% completely and put on some goddamn muscle, and they'll start building that feud up the closer we get to All In. So that's what I'm hoping. So I'm not opposed to Max beefing with Roosh. I just thought that you know, like he's gonna run it back with Adam Cole. So I'm really hoping like we get like they're about to run it back. They're about, like Max and Roosh are about to have a match. The time is recording on Dynamite next week. So I'm really hoping that like this is just like a little filler feud to get Max back in tip top shape, and I'm really hoping at least Roosh comes out strong with this after this match or after the feud pays off and whatnot. Like I just hope that's just my concern. I just hope Roosh like this is like with like after the feud ends. I'm hoping we'll still see him on Dynamite, we'll still see him on Collision, and it just don't want to be a one-off feud and we don't see him like he just disappear off the face of AEW television until like we see him again months later. So that's my grapes with the MJF and Roosh feud. Just make it a solid program, tell a good story, and use this as a tool and an opportunity to elevate Roosh to more than what he has been presented lately, and use that MJF rub. And also, like, we gotta talk about the money situation, man, because I'm hearing rumors of Tony Khan paying Max a crazy amount of money. Like, I'm hearing from the Keep It 100 podcast, it was $14 million a year, and I pray to God that's not the actual number. But apparently, and also talking to my boy Complex, like, he heard something about AEW, of course, obviously was willing to pay Max the money that he desired, and that he didn't want to pay him such an exorbitant amount. So let me just say this, whether these rumors are true or not, there's absolutely nothing wrong with understanding your worth and not sell and bucking on selling for less. But you also got to make sure you're not too big for your bridges and make sure you smell the roses. Like, I think Max deserves to get paid good money for taking the advantage of the opportunity he was given since AEW started. But when you try to demand like making hella bag when you really did, like, we don't know how you operate in WWE. You did like AEW was really, well, besides MLW, well, AEW is bigger than MLW. This is like the one place that like you really only have experience as a wrestler, as a pro wrestler. So I'm pretty sure that he saw like how much Will Ospreay was getting paid, and then Kazuchika Okada was getting paid, which I think, and Mercedes Moné getting paid, which I think that Tony Khan is completely overpaying these guys, because they're not, like, this pay is not being reflective in the ratings, because if you're going to pay someone that exorbitant amount of money, like, they at least got to be drawing in ratings. So I don't think that was like, it was smart on Tony Khan to get Max to side with such like a big ass money. Like, that's really just a shame on him. But like, at the same time though, gotta give Max credit for, if these rumors are true that he got paid an insane amount of money, shout out to him. And with him back on AEW television, I just hope that the TV product starts getting good again. Now, I really appreciate Swerve as champion. I think that Will Ospreay is a phenomenal talent. And a couple when he was like just showing up on Dynamite after he signed and whatnot, I saw how good and charismatic he is on the mic. So I don't have an issue with Will Ospreay, and I don't have an issue with Kazuchika Okada. I just think that Tony Khan, he needs to chill out with giving like these wrestlers these exorbitant amount of contracts if it's not going to contribute to TV ratings increasing and live attendance count increasing. So that's just my issue with it and stuff. But shout out to those guys for being able to get that money. But yeah, I'm hoping with Max back on television, the product will get lit again. I felt like when he was on AEW, he took good advantage of the opportunity he was given. And I feel like for quite some time, he felt like an anchor for the show, and everything just revolved around him. And I feel like, he was he is arguably the best AEW homegrown talent success story that hasn't left the promotion yet. I think Jay Cargill is number 2 after him, but And we're going to see how WWE uses Jade Cargill and then how Tony Khan books MJF to determine who is the biggest homegrown talent that AEW has produced of all time. So that's just me. But what do you guys think of Maxwell being back here at AEW? Do you think that AEW is going to get lit again? Do you think that it's going to get even worse? Do you think that it's crazy that Tony Khan paid him and all these other wrestlers this crazy amount of money? And do you think that AEW is waiting for Adam Cole to get in tip-top shape again before they run it back in a match? And maybe they're waiting for all that. Your input is much appreciated, guys. I'm going to end the video with that. We are Special Media. Stay tuned, stay lit, and stay wavy. Peace.